and I bonded for life.
A little bleep.
A little bleep, yeah.
Yeah, just
There were
one.
a few of
Right?
those,
Maybe a few of those, yeah.
I know myself well enough. I could not do that live.
Yeah.
It was very scary.
It was. We were sweating buckets, and it wasn't even
Right.
hot in
It was
there.
not even hot. I was in the car before we got out of the car. I was like, we should bring down my jacket. It's a little chilly out.
Right.
No, we were running for our lives for half an hour. You guys have to watch it. It was so fun. I don't
It's
know
a
if
good
fun's the right
laugh.
word. Yeah, a good laugh.
At our expense.
At our expense,
Yeah.
for sure. All right, Josh, let's talk about that forecast.
Yeah.
Things will be changing in a couple days here.
Yeah, things are going to kind of turn a little bit scary outside as well. Yeah, we're preparing for an atmospheric river as the cloud coverage is a bit of the pre-show to the main event that arrives this weekend. But right now, all is relatively calm and quiet. Maybe one or two of these clouds could spit out a raindrop or two as we work our way through the rest of the evening, as our temperatures are gradually going to be cooling back into the mid-50s as we currently reside in the mid-60s. You can see that up and down the I-5 corridor, 50 still holding on to the coastline as that cloud coverage is widespread from the coast to the high terrain of the Cascades, where we've got just a few sun breaks over those mountain peaks as our coastal spots are still dealing with those beach hazards, as a statement remains and has been extended through Thursday afternoon due to the threat of sneaker waves. So staying off the rocks, the jetties, the logs, and never turning your back on the ocean is going to be something that you need to continue to practice really through the weekend, as those stormy seas still remain, as we're clipped with that short wave, a little kink in the jet stream to maybe bring a stray raindrop or to our direction tonight, but then much drier tomorrow as we prepare for this monstrous storm, rain, wind, a combination of both finding its way back into western Oregon and southwest Washington. Let's first start off by talking about the winds. This is Friday afternoon, seeing them strong out of the south, anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour, and then they go even stronger come Saturday afternoon, nearing almost 35 to 50 miles per hour for the Portland, Vancouver area, and maybe 50+ mile per hour winds possible along the shoreline before Saturday evening starts to give up in the wind category. All because of this atmospheric river, a tongue of moisture stretching from the state of Hawaii across the Pacific and ending up into western Oregon and southwest Washington, as we prepare for those gusty winds to potentially bring down some isolated power lines. So the threat of power outages is at about a moderate level as those strong winds still remain, and likely also bringing down some of our freshly changed leaves. So we could be putting an end to the peak of the fall foliage just a little prematurely. But as a lot of those leaves come to the surface mixed in with the soaking rains, keep in mind it's been a while since we've driven through these conditions. It's going to take a lot longer for your vehicle to come to a complete stop, as our rain gauges are also expected to fill up close to about 1.5 to 2 inches Friday through Monday. So we're really honing in on Friday and Saturday as our confidence is moderate, if not even close to high, as we move our way into Friday and Saturday. Again, Saturday is really going to kind of be the peak of those gusty winds as we dry out our skies for the start of the day tomorrow, holding on to the cloud coverage for the majority of the day. But that wet weather not expected to impact us until our early morning commute on Friday, and then those heavy, persistent soaking rains arrive Friday evening into Saturday, filling up the rain gauge over the next 48 hours to about 3/4 of an inch. Tonight, maybe squeezing out a stray raindrop or two as we fall back into the low 50s. Tomorrow, temperatures still warming back up into the mid-60s thanks to those southerly winds, but we've gone ahead and issued a KOIN 6 weather alert for Saturday as temperatures bottom out with daytime highs in the mid-50s. That, again, is where those winds could near 50 miles per hour across parts of our forecasting area, and that wet weather taking us well into next week as well.
Now, is this typical when we're starting off a weak La Nina pattern?
This is very typical, and specifically typical for October to see strong gusty winds as well.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Josh. We'll be right back.